Hi, my name is Christopher DiCarlo. I'm a professor of philosophy. I teach at the University of Toronto and Ryerson University. I'm the author of the book, How to Become a Really Good Pain in the Ass, a critical thinker's guide to asking the right questions. Why I am an atheist is because I don't have any evidence to the contrary. If I did, then I might not be an atheist. I don't, therefore I accept the default position.
Rural vicars drowning amid battle to keep empty churches open. The Church of England maintains approximately 16,000 places of worship, and as the official church of the country has had some historical advantages with respect to government funding. Although its parishes are largely support themselves, the fact that many of their buildings are considered historic in nature has become a burden for shrinking congregations to maintain, even with government help. This is especially true in areas where the shrinking population, in addition to increased drift away from religious feelings by the population that remains. The Church of England and country must now wrestle with the alternatives, which include possibly closing some churches or converting them to meeting places for profit as a way to raise funds for building maintenance. Since some of the parishes are only drawing 10 or so worshippers at regular services, one idea has been to simply close them for all but major religious holidays, designating them as festival churches. Sir Tony Baldry, former Tory MP, has stated that some people have gone too far in wanting to keep every last remnant of the Anglican Church's history, and that a balance must be struck between those people and others who, in his words, think we should, like Moses, worship God in tents. Timestamp. California's Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors knows that their vote to add a religious symbol to the county seal is an invitation to a lawsuit. In fact, they noted as much during their vote to henceforth render a cross on the San Gabriel Mission image which adorns the right-hand side of the hallmark. The image has not featured a cross since it was adopted almost a decade ago, but Michael D. Antonovich and Don Knabe, two members of the board, decided it was time to make the image of the mission look less like the back of a Walmart. However, even though the ACLU has indicated that a lawsuit will probably result from the change, it's not the most interesting secular development to the story. That comes from an editorial penned by the Los Angeles Times after they got wind that Antonovich was furious with them after they took issue with the waste of government resources such a lawsuit would represent. As the Times wrote in a public response to Antonovich, it's odd that a government official who has so long been skeptical of the government's role in private life would get so bent out of shape over the Times calling for a government to mind its own business and leave faith and religious symbols to the people in their houses of worship. Oklahoma, hey, what the heck are you doing? Marion Milton Otis Tohei is a strange name for a pastor in an Oklahoma church, but that's not as strange as the charges he faces. 82-year-old Tohei, who has been pastor of the Washita Full Grace Church in Anadarko, Oklahoma for decades, faces 15 charges of molesting children as young as 6, dating back to at least as far as 2000 and possibly 1998. His misdeeds came to light when a grandmother who claims to have been a family friend of Tohei for years brought her grandchildren to the church to help the pastor clean his office. According to accounts, the grandmother, as she entered the office unexpectedly, heard Tohei yelling for her granddaughter to hurry up, and when she approached the desk, she found her granddaughter with her pants down and Tohei apologizing. Tohei was charged at the time with his first set of counts, but since then others have come forward to make similar accusations, some allegedly occurring in Tohei's van.